It's a fun day here in the test kitchen because we're making noodles from the Shaanxi province of China. Now they're called Biang Biang Mian, and they're flat and they're hand pulled. Now they get that great name because of the noise they make as you shape them. So turn up the volume, sit back. Julia's coming in here and we're gonna show you how to make this great dish.
They're delicious, but more importantly, they are fun
Exactly.
to make. And it's all about the noodles. We found that the texture of the noodle can really vary. It can be really tough and hard, or on the opposite end, it could be very mushy, almost like a rice noodle. We want Goldilocks, right in the middle.
Right in the middle. And these are pretty wide, flat noodles.
Yes, they're rustic, which is my favorite kind of food because that means it's messy on purpose.
Perfect.
We want a nice chewy noodle because that's the hallmark of these noodles. So we're gonna start with bread flour because bread flour has a higher level of protein, more chew.
Gotcha.
So this is 2 1/3 cups of bread flour. To it, we're gonna add 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Whisk that together. Now we're gonna add just a little bit of oil. This is a tablespoon of vegetable oil. And finally, some water. This is a cup of water. And now I'm gonna let the stand mixer do all the work, because again, we really wanna build up that gluten, really knead the dough so we get some good chew. So I'm gonna start it on low speed for just a minute or two to get the dough to come together. So I'm just gonna stop it real quickly, just scrape down any flour that's stuck to the side of the bowl so that dough can come together just a little faster. You can see all that flour is now hydrated and it's forming a nice dough. So now's the time to turn it to medium and let it go for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
You can see what a transformation this dough made after 10 minutes of kneading. That gluten is pumped up. So now we're just gonna put this on the counter and give it a few kneads. So you can see this dough is very supple, it's very smooth.
It really
and
is.
It's snapping back. That's all that gluten structure. So I'm just gonna give it a few kneads for about 30 seconds or so. Really make sure it's a nice round ball so then we eventually shape it. It's just a little easier.
Okay.
There we go. Now I'm just gonna shape it into a 9-inch log. I'm gonna wrap it tightly in plastic wrap. Now we have to let this refrigerate and relax for at least 12 hours, but you can do it up to 48 hours ahead.
All right. So Julia worked really hard to get that gluten activated in the dough, and if we tried to shape the noodles now, it would just snap right back. So let's take a little look at why that is. This is the gluten network we just formed, and it has lots of temporary bonds that hold the dough tightly together. That's why at this stage, the dough is really hard to stretch. Letting the dough relax overnight in the fridge allows gluten to stretch more easily because many of those temporary bonds within the gluten network release. After the relaxation period, it's still a strong network, but it's much less tense and elastic. So when we form it into a noodle, it stays stretched. It doesn't tear or snap back as much. And that's why the overnight rest is key to our chewy noodles.
All right, so the dough is rested, and before we work with it, we're gonna make a quick sauce. Now, you can put lots of different kinds of sauces on these noodles, but we're gonna make a spicy chili oil. It's an oil-based sauce, so here I have 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, and I'm just gonna add some flavorings to that so it's very aromatic.
All right.
Starting with some garlic. We're gonna use 2 large cloves of garlic, and we're just gonna slice them thin. And they don't have to be paper thin.
Okay.
Because they're gonna be strained out eventually. So that's 2 cloves of sliced garlic. That goes into the pot. Next, this is a 1-inch piece of ginger, and we're just gonna peel it. You could use a paring knife if you want, and just slice away. So for this, again, we're just gonna slice it thinly. All right, now for some fun. Szechuan peppercorns. This is a tablespoon of these guys. You know, they're not that spicy, but they do that tingly thing on your mouth. So this is a tablespoon.
Julia just mentioned they're not that spicy. Well, they're not really peppercorns either. They're actually the dried outer husk of a seed pod from the prickly ash shrub. And they contain a compound called hydroxy-alpha-sanchul. And they react with the receptors on your tongue and your lips and make you feel like you're numb.
Just a few more things we're gonna add to the oil. We're gonna add 1/2 a cinnamon stick and 1 star anise pod. I'm just gonna put this over medium-high heat for a couple minutes till it's sizzling, and then I'm gonna turn it down and let it go for about 10 minutes till the garlic is lightly browned.
Okay.
In the meantime, let's talk about the spice. So we're gonna use these beauties. These are bird chilies. They're dried Thai chilies, and in terms of spiciness, they're about 10 times spicier than a jalapeno.
They are spicy. Yes.
And we're gonna use a lot of them. You can use anywhere from 10 to 20. I picked sweet 16. We're gonna have 16 chilies for the 2 of us. Grind them up in a spice grinder, seeds and all. Just make sure all the stems have been removed.
Okay.
And here we go. All right. Just gonna put these dried chilies in a bowl and we're gonna save them for later.
Okay.
Now, we can see this has come up to a nice sizzle, so we're gonna turn it down to low. I'm gonna let it continue to cook for 10 to 12 minutes, again, until that garlic turns a very light golden.
Beautiful aromas coming from this saucepan right now.
Here we have the dough that's been rested for at least 12 hours. I'm gonna put it on an oiled counter. Now this is a squeeze bottle filled with vegetable oil, and a little oil just helps prevent from sticking just a little bit. I'm gonna cut this into 6 pieces. That's just gonna make it much easier for us to pull the noodles. All right, so again, oiling the counter. I'm gonna set these up here. We're just gonna let them rest for about 20 minutes before we start stretching.
Sounds good.
All right, so it's been just over 10 minutes, and you can see that garlic has turned a nice golden.
Toasty.
And so all those flavors are now in the oil. All right, so we're just gonna set this aside.
You wouldn't want to let that go too much more or the garlic would burn and get scorch flavored, right?
That's it. And now we're gonna come back to our chilies. Now I'm gonna put a strainer over the bowl, and I'm gonna strain the oil over the chilies. So the hot oil will bloom the chilies, and the strainer will catch all these solids so they don't wind up in our sauce. You can see the oil has changed color.
It sure has.
So I'm gonna add just a few more ingredients to this to finish the sauce. We have 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And now we have a special ingredient here. It's 2 tablespoons of black vinegar, which is a specialty ingredient that you have to go to an Asian market for.
It's like a light balsamic. Yeah.
Actually, balsamic vinegar is a great substitute if you can't find Chinese black vinegar. But if you do find it, it's worth seeking out because it's a lovely flavor.
It really is.
We're gonna add 1 tablespoon of toasted sesame oil.
It's the good stuff.
And just a teaspoon of sugar to balance out the acidity and that heat.
Great.
And that is our oil sauce. We're gonna set this aside now, and we're just waiting on that dough to finish resting so we can pull some noodles. All right, so it is time to bang some noodles.
Excellent.
First thing you want to do is make sure the counter is pretty well oiled, because as you saw before, the dough is quite sticky. I'm going to take this nice piece of dough. You can see how slack it is.
It sure is.
I'm going to put it right down there, and I'm just going to start by pressing it out into something about 7 by 3 inches.
Okay.
And then you pick up the ends, and you start slapping.
Pulling and slapping.
And here you go. You're going for about 32 to 36 inches wide.
Okay.
And so this is quite thin. And then to make noodles, you take the center and you pull. And it's a little stuck in the middle. Just take a bench scraper or a knife and cut it in half. And that is a hand-pulled noodle.
Again.
I have a nice long piece of plastic wrap here. We're just gonna keep these noodles covered so they don't dry out until we're ready to cook them. I'm just gonna start by pressing this out, and you pick up the ends and you start slapping. What's happening is the dough goes up and down. You're stretching and relaxing that gluten. So you're looking again for about 32 to 36 inches long. That's good. And you take the center, you tear it with your fingers, and you pull it apart. We'll cut this noodle here. All right, and you notice I'm laying them down so they don't touch, because again, this dough's pretty sticky.
Right.
And those noodles will stick to each other. All right, you are up.
7 by 3 inch
Yeah, roughly.
rectangle.
Oh, you were paying attention.
All right, pick it up by the ends.
It just stretches so easily, doesn't
It really does. And then right in the middle, like this, pinch here,
Pinch there,
split it.
split it.
Oh, that's satisfying.
Right?
Whoa.
Here, there you go.
How'd I do?
You did amazing. Gonna bang out the rest of these noodles, then we can get to cooking and eating. We'll start with boiling the noodles. Here I have 4 quarts of water, and I'm gonna add to it 1 tablespoon of table salt. Now, the tricky part is getting the noodles from here to there.
Right.
And I learned a trick. You use your arm, and you can keep them separated. So we're gonna cook these noodles in 2 batches, so that's 6 of these long hand-pulled noodles per batch. And they don't really need to cook for very long, only about a minute or so. We're just gonna gently stir these so that they don't clump together in the water. You can see they're starting to float, which looks good. The texture of them looks cooked.
Nice big fat noodles.
All right, so we're just gonna take them out of the water, let them drain for a second, right into that hot oil. Ooh, we'll set those aside and we'll just finish cooking this second batch before we eat. That's the last little noodle. Just gonna make sure we toss it with that gorgeous, super spicy oil I made us. The heat from the noodles is really blooming all those spices awake. All right, here we go. They're rustic, they're long,
They're endless.
they're spicy. Now, if you want to top your noodles, you have some cilantro and some scallions there, which I highly suggest.
All right, beautiful.
Long, spicy noodles with chopsticks.
Only for you.
Means one thing, the bowl goes here.
Exactly.
closer to the mouth. So good. Oh, the little bit of vinegar and then the soy sauce, and you get the hint of garlic and ginger, and that perfectly chewy noodle.
These are so satisfying. I expected 16 bird chilies, but with all of the noodles, all the starch going in there, it's not overwhelming for the palate.
Isn't that crazy?
From beginning to end, this was so simple, beautifully balanced.
So good, aren't
You're
they?
a keeper.
Thanks.
If you'd like to make these chewy noodles at home, mix bread flour with water and oil, then chill. Create a spicy vinaigrette infused with garlic, ginger, and Szechuan peppercorns. Pour over ground Thai bird chilies and then stir in soy sauce, black vinegar, and sesame oil. Stretch and bang those pieces of dough into fat, wide noodles. Boil, toss with the vinaigrette, and top with cilantro and scallion. So from our test kitchen to your kitchen, a fun and a little loud recipe for flat hand-pulled noodles, AKA Biang Biang Mian.
Thanks for watching America's Test Kitchen. What'd you think?
Well, leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or you can just say hello.
You can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
I'll see you later.